following a devastating fire that engulfed 14 buildings on Tuesday in Lagos State. The Director General of the National Emergency Management Agency, Zubaida Umar, is right about now at the site for a spot-on assessment of the extent of the damage caused by the Dosunmu fire incident. We have our correspondent, Oba Adeoye, standing by. Oba, over to you. Thanks so much for joining us on Newsday.
Yes, from the federal and the state levels are here on ground to have a first-hand assessment of the damages done to the burnt building here at the market. Babajide Sanwo-Olu was around yesterday, and they had a stakeholders meeting with major, stakeholders in the market and in the environment. He hinted of, the government decision to pull down more distressed buildings in this area. But how that pans out, we are yet to see. But he told us that the market will remain shut till all relevant agencies completed their assessment of the level of damages. Because we came this morning and we saw some buildings that are partially affected, some are completely affected, but nearby buildings too, we saw that traders were not open for, the regular businesses. Now, so this morning we have on ground representatives from NEMA and of course the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency. I'll speak with the NEMA DG first, then I'll speak with others who are also on ground for the assessment. Madam, can we have you first, ma'am? So tell me, what have you observed this morning?
Well, I've observed that we're here to commiserate with the people of Lagos State over this fire incidents. And I've observed that a lot of work has been put in. Our men have been on ground as well to assist Lasema. And so far from what I've seen, I'm quite impressed at the rate at which they've been able to stop the damage. The DG Lasema explained to me that they had to pull some buildings down so that the spread of the fire does not continue. And as you can see, when you look at it, you can see that a lot of it has been curtailed. Similarly, when you look around, you can see all the generating sets that were once top that served as explosive during the fire are being pulled down. Even on the opposite buildings, you can see a lot is being done. And I'm quite happy with what I see.
Has there been any preliminary report as to the cause of the fire?
Well, it's still a bit sketchy. Yes, there are a bit of rumors here and there, but we're waiting for the final report from Lasema. And like I said, we're here to work in conjunction with Lasema. We're here to assist them, and that is why we came to inspect, to see the level of damage. Most importantly, to know what to do to prevent and mitigate this in future.
All right, thank you. Let me speak with the Lasema chief is also around. Okay, let me. All right, very quickly, sir. So what are your observations this morning since you came on ground?
Okay, since 4 days back we have been on ground, and that because of the visitation of the DG of NEMA, we are here this morning again. The position of Mr. Governor, as at yesterday, seeded a positive response from the public. Just like they have mentioned, we will have seen that all extensions attached to the main building, they have started removing them. Most of the generators hanging on the top of the roof, they are equally bringing them down. And that the marketers themselves, they are so remoteful because they know that incidents could have been avoidable if all advocacy and enlightenment programs have been followed up with. And that's the situation as we speak now.
So let me get a direct message from you to other traders around this vicinity, because if you look at the proximity of buildings in this area, it's like you hardly find any breathing space among the buildings. And some experts that we spoke with said that also contributed to the widespread of that fire incident. So what direct message or messages do you have for other traders, running their businesses in similar buildings around there?
Thank you. Part of the consideration that we are looking at is this your concern were raised yesterday, and then there are various key articles that were around yesterday that are concerned in this matter were on ground. Just to mention the physical planning ministry, and then LabCap and all the rest like that. So their concern about this is that partly this is not an exception. Even when you get to Western world, you will see an habitation of this nature. But the regulations enforcing the law that build up this environment matters most in this kind of concern. And that's what we want to adhere ourselves with. There are a lot that are guiding this process and control in this kind of environment. And going forward, and that's what you have been able to see. Because we know that fire would not have gone to that extent. If not for all this extension, you see the available roads are equally have been blocked with some makeshift markets, which the items they use for building them up, they are all woodens and plastic in nature, which can easily encourage fire.
Thank you so very much, sir. Let me speak with the permanent secretary of Lasema. His men have been on ground since they working in conjunction with NEMA and other force responders in the state and at the federal level. So tell me, what report are you getting from your men who are on ground as per rescue efforts so far?
You can see clearly we are on top of all the challenges. What you are seeing, the fire we are seeing, is that we are doing dapping in. We have localized the fire, and one thing is clear: we've taken clear ownership of this place. Not only that, we've did a stakeholders meeting yesterday that was attended by Mr. Governor, and we sent a signal out that we will not tolerate this recklessness again. We will not allow one person to destroy our state. Our state is clear. We put a lot of machinery in place. You can see that all the first responders with NEMA, we tested out. We've been working from that day till date. 24 hours, 48 hours, 96 hours. So we will not allow anybody, again, I emphasize, we will not allow anybody to destroy our labor anyhow. We will put a lot of enforcement in place, and we will ensure safety of life and properties in this place and anywhere in Lagos State.
Okay. Do you have an idea, as to the estimate, the worth of goods and even properties that have been lost in this inferno?
Well, thank you very much. Investigation is still going on. We are going to do it holistically. We are going to ensure that we do a diligent work so that our scorecard is in the hands of the people. And our government is government of the people, by the people, for the people. So we will ensure that we carry people along in what we are doing. And that is why, under the watch of the Honorable Commissioner of Special Duties, we set up a committee that involves the executive and the key community leaders, that we are going to carry out enumerations together in collaboration with the federal government through NEMA. So it's going to be a painstaking activities. We are going to be holistic about it.
So very much. One more question for the director of the Lagos Fire and Rescue Service. They have also been on ground since day one of this incident, and after this I'll throw it back to the studio. So we could still see some fire still burning under this rubble. What could be responsible for this? This has been known for several hours, but we see a fire still burning under this rubble.
You will agree with me that the collapse of building, we still have some pocket of fire under the building. So as the tractor is bringing down the building, you will definitely see fire coming up. That's why all the fire vehicles are still on ground to ensure they eliminate the fire totally. And as for what we are intending to do after this, we want to put fire marshal in all buildings. I want to be having a regular meeting with them. We are coming with full enforcement this time around. We will not longer tolerate what happened and what has been happening as per carelessness, because I can boldly tell you that the 70% of fire incidents in this Lagos Island is as a result of carelessness. As a result of that, we will come with full enforcement after them.
Thank you so very much. So we'll remain on ground to keep a tab on development from this part of the country, because as we can see, the rescue effort is still ongoing across Lagos Island, and a lot of other traders are in solidarity with these traders who have lost their goods and their properties to this inferno. We'll wait to see how things pan out, but the joint team of the federal and state rescue teams, rescue agencies, they are still on ground to see the level, the extent of damages done so far in this area. Back to you in the office.
Well, Oba Adeoye, thank you so much for bringing us the latest regarding this very unfortunate incident. We appreciate your time. Oba Adeoye is our senior correspondent. Thank you so much.